They want to get every win they can.
TSM just showed us the recipe for success is removing all expectations, all pressure. Now it's Immortals' turn to embrace the eliminated playoff team style. Let's see what they can do. And I want that to be around revenge. As you see on screen here, this is one of the things they stated at the beginning of the year. We're investing in revenge. We're building around revenge. He is the young NA talent. We're bringing in a bunch of veterans to surround him. And they, in large part, let him do that with a lot of split pushing and individual high mechanics required carry top lane champions. So let's see it in this game. You know, hopefully they go with a similar attitude here versus FlyQuest, because right now, Immortals are currently on an 8-game losing streak. Ooh. That is basically the reverse of going legendary.
That's
because legendary is 8-0. And let's get through to the pick bands.
If you're 0-8, are you worth more money than a cannon minion?
Ooh.
That I actually don't know.
We need to collect some data.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how
many deaths does it take until you're worth 69 gold?
Nice.
Because I've killed someone that was worth 69 gold before. I know that is possible in this game.
That's a possibility. But okay, let's go ahead and check where we're at here, because Ari, Volibear, Azir, Zeri, Lee Sin, and Hecarim are all banned away. FlyQuest lock in the Viego for Jose Diodo here as their very first pick of the draft, and Immortals respond with Aphelios.
All right, Aphelios for Arrow. The AD carry has been the pivoting position here with Immortals. They're swapping the duos. They have been keeping Arrow with Destiny, them back in again after the switch up from yesterday, and it looks like they're going to lock both of their champions here. So the safety to go with the Aphelios, the Tahm Kench Aphelios, very old match made in heaven. I kind of really prefer the Thresh combination with them, but since they're blinding it here, just grabbing the Tahm Kench. And Tahm Kench is also a very good combo stopper, which is what you want versus Viego.
Yeah.
So they're taking into account the first pick, Jungle Viego there for Jose Diodo, because of course you rely so much on getting that first kill to reset and start stealing souls. Tahm Kench, the obvious denial.
And FlyQuest are going to respond by locking in both their big carries here. We got Jinx in the bottom lane. We got the Victor in mid. They're not afraid to just blind pick that one here nice and early. We'll see if Immortals wants to respond with their own mid laner, because we're guaranteed to have desynced picks here in the first half.
Yeah, Power of Evil 2, I'm hoping he's got a spicy pick. You know, we were talking a lot about revenge and his his spicy picks. Well, for PoE, actually, the spice is in the builds, my friends.
Well,
it's
I mean, that's a given. It's PoE. But, I mean, you want to talk about spicy. If Orianna was a spice, she would be flour. Come on.
Well, let's see what kind of bread PoE's making today, because Orianna is actually a champion where he has had some of the most creative builds, you know, auto attack based builds.
Nashor's Tooth and all that, yeah.
He even has done Lich Bane on it before, so, you know, let's, we'll wait and see on that.
All right,
so,
all right.
Honestly, continuing through here, the ban of the Thresh here for the bottom side, trying to not allow that partner for Jinx. FlyQuest, it looks like they're going very standard. When you lock in Jinx plus Victor, you have really good security for later on in the game. The arcane carries, as they are, match made in heaven. Just need some frontline to work with there for him. So I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of tank for Kumo on top side, and some sort of tank / engage, you know, support for Aphromoo as well, because the desk kind of touched on it, but when Aphromoo is, you know, the shot caller as well as the engage for the team, they look a lot better.
The best Aphromoo is engage Aphromoo, and Immortals are respecting that. They're getting rid of the Rakan. That's a huge engage support. Also getting rid of the Thresh, which, as you already touched on a little bit earlier, talking about Aphelios, is a great buddy for immobile hyper carries. The bans from FlyQuest going to be Jarvan and Aatrox. Immortals, we still need to see a jungler. We still need to see a top laner. What are those going to look like here in these last couple of picks? I do expect the jungler to come out first and leave that counter pick for revenge as the very last pick of the draft. And there it is, Xerxes going to be on Trundle.
I like the little taunt there as well, because they're obviously going to save last counter pick for revenge.
Yeah.
But they taunt and they hover the auction. And honestly, that's what I want to see him on now. I've been baited. I've been enticed.
I'm ready for that, yeah.
But as we expected, or not locked in yet, but we expect, again, the tank top for Kumo and some sort of engage there for Aphromoo. You know, Alistar himself is up as well. There's the tank top for Kumo. What will it be, Afromu?
All right.
Renata Glass is also up, but isn't the greatest pick here. So
I like her with Viego. Like, her ability to allow Viego to get a reset is really awesome, but she doesn't fit the big engage type of bill, you know?
yeah, but since they have it from Kumo, if you rely on Kumo, we could still... Oh, even better!
Afro Bard!
Afro Bard, let's go! That is engage. Other cool things with Bard. Well, actually, I'll wait until we get into game, into its more timely,
All right.
more timely manner.
We will
to give these
revisit this conversation. I'm making a mental
Bard
note
aspects, yeah.
right now.
Oh.
Ask Kobe about
I'll give you a
Bard.
hint as to what it is. It's gonna be around 8 minutes. We'll bring this point up.
Okay, around 8 minutes, we will enter into this conversation. What could it
could it
possibly
be?
be about?
What relates to Bard and 8 minutes in the game? Anyways, that's a quiz little bit for later for y'all.
Okay, yeah, I'll think about that at home right now. Think about that. What we're thinking about, final pick of the draft for Immortals, honestly, not what I was expecting. I wanted to see Revenge go for something that felt a little bit more responsive to what he was seeing against in terms of like the matchup up there. I wanted to see something
So
a little bit more intense, you know?
you hit me with Oriana is flower as a spice. What spice is Nar?
Grass. Look, I'm sorry,
That's
dude.
an herb, maybe? We count?
Yeah, something like that. I
Okay,
don't know.
yeah.
Something around those
Yeah.
lines. But hey, maybe Revenge is going to use this one to pilot him to a victory. She got robbed!
Taking more time to find them.
Hold up. And this is before we even take. Yes, let's go! We're one cup down, and you want to FF?
The degeneracy of Mr. Dash. More beer pong next week after LCS on Sundays. So we'll see you then, everyone.
Alrighty, it's the last game of day number 2 here of our Super Week to wrap up the regular season. Immortals already eliminated. FlyQuest sitting in a spot right now. You heard the devs talk about it earlier. 9 wins, and you get the check mark next to your name. Your passport is approved to fly straight into playoffs, Bird.
Super Saturday. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
That's a nice alliteration. Super Saturday. I like that.
This is our conclusion to Super Saturday. There will be an after party in Champions Queue.
yeah. That's a good after party. I wouldn't know. I'm not high low enough to ever play in that, but that sounds like a cool party.
Kumo will be there. Kumo is definitely a Champions Queue grinder. And we are going to have a quick little pause as we
You want to talk about Bard now?
clean up. Yeah, I mean, we were going to wait for the 8-minute thing, but that was supposed to give it away as far as the Rift Herald denial is my favorite thing with Bard, is using Bard Ultimate on the tower. You just use it as the Rift Herald is winding up, make your tower go immune, and you can deny the Rift Herald. So, in games when you're playing against Bard, you need to consciously lower your value of Rift Herald.
Yes.
You do not want to sacrifice bottom side of the map so much for early top side plays when you're playing against Bard. It's just a little interesting thing for mainly junglers to keep in mind, which is something I'm hyper focused on, obviously. So it just kind of readjusts some of your priorities for your objective rankings.
And
We're
it
gonna get right back in though. I think they've solved the problem.
And it also makes sure that the jungler, like, obviously you always want your jungler to be able to properly track, like, where the support and enemy jungler are, like, so he can make his plays without getting counterplayed or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's even more important to be able to track the Bard roams if you're trying to drop a Herald against a Bard.
Yeah.
Because, sorry, dude, if he's nearby, you're screwed.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It
He's just gonna
becomes
immune the tower.
becomes a game of hide and seek with the Bard because
Bard is a horror movie villain.
Bard is very good at staying in the fog of war as well. You know, running around looking for all the meeps, the chimes, picking up the extra experience, floating around. Bottom side, though, is going to leash for Immortals and give Xerxes a accelerated Trundle clear towards top side.
Okay.
So, interesting stuff because I wouldn't expect him to get a lot done towards the Gragas side of the matchup, and that's why, you know, Jose is starting top side. He's looking towards bottom half of the map. Makes sense.
Right. Gragas isn't one of these champions, unless you're going like the full AP Gragas that goes for one-shots and stuff.
And he does have comments.
Yeah, I mean, you can get spicier with that, but the tank Gragas is kind of just a nullifier for a lot of lanes, right?
Yep. And that's what we expect for this team, because he is the only tank on the team with Afro picking up the Bard, so even though he starts Doran Ring and he does have Comet for the lane versus Gnar, probably should still build mainly tank. Meanwhile, the Bard, baby. Afro Bard here paired with Jinx. They get the early push very effortlessly, as you should with double range versus melee. Destiny saving his minion executions until now to move up there for Arrow.
I always really like this Bard skin because the hot cocoa just is very comforting.
That's why everyone uses it, I swear. This has got to be the most utilized Bard skin.
It's like how people play the Alistar pajama skin all the time. This is the Bard version of pajama Alistar.
Yeah.
Everyone uses it.
And I mean, well, and the cocoa is just so much nicer than any of the other iterations.
And look, watch the little sugar cube. When the thing fully
It's a
charges,
marshmallow. It's a marshmallow, bro.
It sinks into the hot chocolate. That's so good. It shows you when it's ready. It doesn't have a straw until it's ready because you're not supposed to drink it till it's ready.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on sugar cube, man.
I'm pretty sure
They're not horses.
That's too cubular to be a marshmallow. Marshmallows are cylindrical.
I'm quite sure the majority of people will have my back on this.
Well, then the majority of people are also wrong. It's cubular versus cylindrical, man. I passed 3rd grade. I know what 3D shapes are.
Cubular?
Yes.
All right.
Of or being similar to a cube.
I like it.
All right.
I am well versed in the Captain Flowers language.
Hell yeah. You are a fluent translator. Exactly. Let's check mid lane here because we see Jose Diodo in the enemy jungle sitting down a ward on the wolf camp just to keep an eye on where Xerxes is going to be pathing, where he's going to be farming. Jose's back to base, got himself his Sheen, so now he can clear out those camps even faster. Revenge shoving into top side here against Kumo. Nice early farm lead for the Gnar, but when is it not?
Yeah, honestly, that's why it has become the most prominent top laner in the current meta. Gragas is a decent stopper, but so far Revenge making very good use of his push on that top side, and because of the deep vision that you mentioned, he's not going to get punished at all. All right, Xerxes gonna push mid now. Trundle is actually one of the junglers that can very early pressure neutral objectives, either Dragon or Rift Herald, because he has such good 1v1 potential.
Yeah.
And because of the passive, gets to heal up a bunch of HP after you kill the neutral objective. So early ping's already going down onto the Dragon. Kind of like that. They're being extra cautious about it, trying to protect against that possibility. And because of the extra push that Xerxes gave to Power of Evil on Orianna, he's not going to have to use his teleport. So I wonder if this ends up being big. Jungle coming to push out mid here, saves PoE a teleport usage, and he just drops 2 minions there to the turret. Instead, walks all the way back out.
I mean, a lot of times in the early game, ever since they made the change to the teleport, I feel like these saves on the early TPs are a bit less impactful just because it's not like you can use them to really make a play with. It sort of just gives you an extra freebie to return to lane later. Xerxes gets stunned up by Jose Diodo, who zones him out. FlyQuest is going for a very early Drake here. Aframu's the one tanking it up. Drinks a little bit of that hot cocoa to make sure he doesn't get too low. Immortals are coming around seeing if they can answer this. FlyQuest is taking quite a while to secure it. As they try to get away now, the Dragon is taken low and it's stolen away by Xerxes. Jose Diodo didn't have the smite, and that means Immortals walk away with the objective.
Are you kidding me? They rush a Dragon pre 6 minutes with no smite like that? Honestly, Flowers, it's just like we drew it up. We said Trundle, good at early neutral objectives.
Yep.
There you go. That's what we're referring to.
Predicting in a way that only we can.
Nice job there from Xerxes, though. He flashed forward in order to get in range for that. And the Dragon leashing back and healing up as it's returning to its origin point. So first Dragon acquired for Immortals. Is this the beginning of the revival of Immortals? This is Super Saturday the day of the eliminated teams?
It just might be, man. And more, you already said it. They are on an 8-game slide right now. They do not want to end this split without at least stopping that, grabbing a win in one of these next couple of games. up here against FlyQuest. Hey, starting off with a Drake steal like that feels great. And now Xerxes is going to go after the enemy blue buff as we're getting into the second round of those buff spawns. Up there in top side, Kumo stepped down into the river, but now right back up there versus Revenge, who just jumps away from the barrel. He'll be okay. Nice steal coming out from Xerxes. There was no response there from FlyQuest.
All right, we'll keep track up here because Kumo is looking like he's going to go Fimbo Winter build. And mana for Gragas is kind of deceptive because Gragas wants to spam abilities anyway, so mana actually does help out a lot with laning. A lot of champions, you see a bunch of flat mana like this, Mana Crystal and Tier, and you're like, whoa, no combat effectiveness, but he's just throwing out barrels for the Comet poke and making good use of his passive there.
Exactly. The passive essentially just converts mana into health, right? The more abilities you can spam, the more drinks you can take, the more burps you can make, the more health you can get.
Boom! There is my representative number 1. It is definitely a marshmallow.
Come on!
Who puts a sugar cube in chocolate? Hot chocolate.
I don't know,
Horses.
but that's cubular. Look. Hey,
also, I've come fully around on this cubular term. I'm a big supporter of cubular.
I know, it's good. I don't know what else you would even say.
Yeah,
That's
I love it.
the word. That's the way to do it. 8 minutes into the game, Immortals has a 600 gold lead without any kills on the board. Xerxes seeing if maybe he can fix that the right way, walking towards mid here. Takoi already back in the way. Yeah, just walk up and take a chomp out of him. Stupid boards. Engage. Ooh, Destiny with a nice knock up into a pullback with a shockwave from PoE, and Xerxes takes a big old chomp for first blood.
That was such a nice combo from PoE and Destiny, though, right? The timing on the W from Tom Kench into Shockwave, really nicely comboed. I mean, that was with Takoi having flash. No response from him, doesn't flash out of it, so he dies quickly. What will this actually come of?
It looks like Jose Diodo just realizes this is not a place he wants to be. Ults over the wall for safety. Heartbreaker's pretty good for that, so Jose's going to reset his position now. But, hey, man, things are going good for Immortals here in the first 9 minutes.
Honestly, yeah. Saturday truly is the day of the underdogs. Striking back. Revenge is doing well on top side. Basically, the entire rest of the map also for Immortals winning in small ways. Takui had been doing very well in the 1v1, but once everybody else came to the lane, that's when it got a bit more difficult.
Well, Takoi's going to get that wave shoved out here in mid. Power of Evil walks himself right on back. Got about halfway on the cooldown for the teleports of both of our mid laners here, so those should be back up and ready to go around the time when they're going to become unleashed. They'll be ready a little bit earlier, but you know that mid laners would rather be able to use those to go somewhere, to join a fight, to turn a tide, to make some sort of a play instead of just coming back to lane. Revenge wants to get one more hit on this turret if he can to try to get that plate, but Kumo does a good job clearing out the wave as Revenge was running out of ranged auto attack. The Narbar fully charged, so he'll have to step back a little bit on that one. 10 minutes in means we've got 40 seconds until our next Drake spawns. Immortals got that first one. I wonder if FlyQuest is going to go after the second one with the same sort of aggro.
Well, they definitely want to go after it with a smite.
Right, you can have the aggro as long as you got the summoner spell.
Looks like they're setting up in the river right now. FlyQuest taking over that vision, setting up for it. Double control wards towards mid like that. Looks like they've got their ultimates available if it does burst open into open warfare here. Teleports still not unleashed, though. We've got a long ways to go till the top laners have any say about it.
Yep, they're stuck up there on their island, and they're having a grand old time with it. Gragas stacking the tier, about halfway done on that one.
This is what I wanted to see, though, that turret plate, because you know he just is itching. Give me that turret plate.
There it is.
Nice. The minions get it for him. Revenge gets paid. Okay, now we can concentrate on the rest of the game.
Well, Xerxes and Immortals are saying, all right, we stole away the first Drake. Let's go ahead and get this second one without having to even bother.
On vision, here we go.
The ward sees him.
Bard ultimate is ready here from Aframu. They don't want to go for it, though.
Nope.
No denial ultimate, no attempt at the steal. They let him have it, and Immortals progress to 2 dragons.
Immortals with the 2-0 dragon lead, 1,000 gold up. What else can they find? Rift Herald summoned up mid. Where's the Bard? Where is the Bard? He's going over the wall. Arrow's ready to try to stop him. It's summoned up. Afro Moose stops the Rift Herald, but will he die for it? He flashes over the wall, and the shot from downtown. Arrow picks him off.
Oh, man, he makes the turret turn gold, and then he turns into gold. Flowers, Destiny wants more as well.
Jose Dioto tries to get away with another Heartbreaker. He will, but he has to use his flash in combination with it. Immortals were coming down there. They were hungry for some Ruin King, but Jose stays alive.
And that was an assisted kill, so it's worth more than the turret plates that Riftherald would have given. So... Wah, wah.
F. That's
But
unlucky.
it really does highlight everybody is very aware, even as rare as Bard picks are.
They know what it does.
Exactly. Of looking for where is Bard. You know he wants to deny the Rift Herald play. And he got it off there just barely in time, lands it. So that's beautiful. But you're right in the face of Arrow. Arrow with Gravitum Gum plus the sniper rifle. So he uses the Gravitum Gum route in the brush right behind it, then is able to finish him off with the sniper Q. Beautiful stuff there for FlyQuest to get something back in this game, Flowers.
Yep, FlyQuest at least being able to stop that Herald from ramming into the turret, but they're still down 2,000. Immortals is feeling good, but a nice knockback with the barrel there from Kumo. Unfortunately, the Everfrost doesn't get the root value that he was looking for. Revenge gets himself right back away. Kumo's surviving up here, but with the hull breaker completed for Revenge, he's going to continue owning the 1v1 here in the top side. Now, bottom, Destiny and Arrow. Destiny has been a part of both of the kills so far. Arrow just got paid for the most recent one. These guys are having a great time.
Yeah, Destiny especially has been really, really active here on the Tom Kench. Big props to him. Like that roam mid and the timing there with Power of Evil to pull off the combo onto Koi. Let's see about the next consecutive steps, though, because this is such a good position for Immortals. Revenge, pressure on top side constantly here with the Gnar. And he's got Flash ready as well. So can come to bring that extra power to the rest of the team if they need him. But as you said, Hullbreaker is here, so you just are going to push out advantages against the Gragas.
Oh!
Nice! Shockwave!
Really well done. Ends up using it at the right time, and Tokoi's flash is not quite far enough away. The Shockwave yeets him right on back, but there's not enough damage from Immortals to finish the kill. But they do get the flash out of the immobile mid laner, which is very important because Immortals could find Soul Point here in 2 minutes, and Tokoi has no flash for the fight.
Yep. Small advantages before these fights, Flowers, continually accrued by Immortals. 2 dragons on a very early pace as well. Only 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the next one. But here goes Bard Initiation.
Oh, nicely done there to catch Power of Evil on the very edge. But Destiny is ready for the save. Put another one in the win column for this Tom Kench pick. Destiny is getting so much value out.
Inhibit the ribbit. Fence the Kench.
No, you have to uninhibit the ribbit. He is unleashed. Uninhibit the ribbit. Unclog the frog. Destiny in the front line now. Stasis, ready to buy a moment longer, but now he's going to be taken low. And now the Kench is benched. The frog is clogged. And Immortals have lost their advantage here in this topside fight. Awesome strike back from FlyQuest.
See, they inhibit the ribbit. FlyQuest, they get the kill. Oh my goodness. And it's the start of a comeback, baby. Rift Herald number 2, not nearly as important as Rift Herald number 1, but it is going to be something into their pockets. Immortals do not want to let this one slip away. This is their moment, Flowers, a resurgence. You got to put a stop to your 8-game losing streak. So here's a look at the opening. Xerxes trading initially here with Jose. Just kidding. Tokoi has no flash because of the previous Shockwave. Play-by-play that one for me because you didn't get a chance. So it was really...
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Perfect.
Trundle just beat him over the head.
Perfect job. That's exactly what just happened to this tower as well.
Sometimes you're just walking around Summoner's Rift with a big old stick and you need to hit people with it. That's Trundle life. That's Trundle gaming. And right now, Xerxes 2-0 with it.
I'm going to put on my Captain Flowers loop when we get Trundle games. It's just bonk, 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 bonk. And then every once in a while you get a chomp, depending on how much much item haste and ability haste that you have acquired currently with Divine Sunder here for Xerxes as well. It's going to get some nice healing. It is still pretty good, even with the changes to it, if there are health stacking champions, but there are not health stacking champions. That Gragas we were eyeballing has gone with the Everfrost here, so he's kind of splitting the difference and into Fimbulwinter later.
Well, FlyQuest going after the Drake. It's secured at least this time, so no soul point. Jose the Odo has to ult defensively over the wall. Honestly, really good play from FlyQuest. They get the objective, they get everybody out. They don't really have to spend any summoner spells for it. Just a Viego ulti. Feels good.
Yeah, FlyQuest slowly marching their way back into this one. Putting a stop to that dragon stacking because Immortals have gotten the first two so quickly actually is quite significant here for FlyQuest. And remember that they have the scaling carries Victor, Jinx. Just looking for multiple items here. Once they can get 2 on those core carries, they will be able to work some magic here, quite possibly. Immortals, though, of course, they have plenty of scaling themselves, too, so it's not like there's going to be a huge canyon difference of scaling going on in this game.
It's not a valley. Like, yeah, you got to deal with Victor, you've got to deal with Jinx, but Aphelios is a monster in his own right once he gets to those late game points, especially if Arrow is able to pilot it with a lot of skill. It's one of those champs where mastery over your guns, mastery over the cycles can go a long way, as Power of Evil's farming up here, and topside Decoy sent up there to answer him. FlyQuest shadowing this with both Jose and Afromoo. Jungler and support both ready to go here. Afromoo's going to get seen as he walks into the brush. Lots of bodies showing up from both sides here, Kobe. We might just have ourselves a nice scrappy bit of League of Legends. Goodbye, Afromoo.
So you said in champs like that, Bard turned Summoner's Rift into, what was it, a jump scare game or
he's a horror movie.
Well,
yeah,
turns out he was actually not even the main character. That was the one that just died.
Oh no, Bard was going to summer camp.
Yeah, Bard was going to summer camp in top lane, the Tri-Brush, and just got met with an entire squad. Meanwhile, Arrow flashes away. Nice from him.
Unlucky, man. Bard went to summer camp. Things went south. Then his buddy barely got away on the other side. Arrow staying alive, and now Jose the Odo. He's got to walk away from this one. Xerxes trying to trap him there. FlyQuest disengaging, but Destiny comes over the wall, and Johnson is gone. Revenge taking the kill credit on that one, and Immortals are not done yet. They keep on pushing the game forward. 4,500 gold lead here for this squad. Kobe, it's still looking good.
And I want to highlight as well all this deep vision, from the side of Immortals, trying to push in on top side. Now that they've finished up work there, they actually rotate Revenge down to bottom side where they don't have vision for him to split push super far up, but he's just trying to push on the extra minion wave here. Meanwhile, they do have some cover from Viego.
Okay, Xerxes just going to grab his Gromp there, smash that ward. FlyQuest still looking to find something, but they're just not getting a whole lot. Kobe, let's do a thinking exercise here. Let's say you are Fly Kobe. What is your call to do something in this game? Because Immortal, even when FlyQuest got a couple of kills back, I mean, Immortal's lead just keeps ballooning.
Take a deep breath, calm down. You've got plenty of time until the next dragon. So honestly, they don't have to overextend. And even though Revenge has a hull breaker, Kumo is fine to catch waves. It's a little bit dangerous if you push too far out on side lanes with anybody, but you've got Bard who can traverse a lot of these, shorter distances between the inner turrets and provide you some sort of safety there, plus plenty of sustain to be able to just catch waves here, farm up a little bit. As we said, your 2 item breakpoints for Victor and Jinx are both very significant.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to funnel farm into Decoy and Johnson at the moment. As long as those 2 carries are not sharing a lane, then you should be fine.
Okay, so keep Decoy and Johnson farming separately, but working together when those big fights show up. Afromoo clearing out a little bit of vision here in the Baron pit. Revenge wants to get away. He knows Afro is nearby, so he doesn't want to stick around and try to fight Decoy. The fight would not be fair. And Arrow is going to take the opportunity, seeing multiple players from FlyQuest in the top side to go after the mid lane. Power of Evil looking for Kumo here, uses the shockwave to try to bring the top laner on back. And with Xerxes arriving, there's your subjugation, there's your killing spree for the Immortals jungler.
Well, guess he's not even safe there at his turret. The combo from PoE and Xerxes gets another one, and that means they're going to finish up on the tower as well.
Nice use of Gale Force from Arrow to get away from the Bard ulti, but now the follow-up there with a flash stun coming out from Afromoo. Destiny again here looking to make the saves, and he's got him down. Nicely played. FlyQuest is about to have a real bad time. Destiny might be taken out, but he would be the only one, and he still stands tall Immortals are 9-2 against FlyQuest.
That magical journey had such a terrible end for FlyQuest. That was not a magical journey at all. That was a horrific journey right into the face of Aphelios, into the face of Arrow, and he murders them. Whoa, 3 kills and Baron. Immortals, baby, they're gonna do it.
Immortals are looking to break that loss streak here. They might be eliminated, but sometimes that's all you need to just play your heart out and find yourself a win. 2,000 HP left on the Baron. This one shouldn't matter too much. There's not going to be a contest. There we go. Smite lands. Immortals, 8,000 gold up.
Oh, they even
okay, they got
the
it.
dragon.
They got it. Okay. They got the dragon as well. They're on soul point, 8K lead. Baron for the next 3 minutes. This one should be their game. Arrow with a nice dodge there, and we'll watch the follow-up play.
All right, let's track it, because it does start out, Afro Moon moves up, he flashes, he gets the good combo of the stun. As soon as they get out of it, though, Destiny just devours him. And remember, you come out with a giant shield, and you're going right into that Infernum explosion. Look at all that damage pumped out from Arrow before the rest of Immortals even arrive.
And then
that was literally 2v3 before the rest of Immortals arrived. And then once they arrive, Flowers, the story does not get better at that point for the FlyQuest heroes.
The battle is already over. This is just them cleaning up everybody else.
IMT, evil
geniuses. They want that Immortals win. They know FlyQuest is close competition, and they do not want to see FlyQuest lock that playoff spot. EG excited to see it. Immortals are loving the state of the game right now. All they need to do is close. This is 100% their game to lose.
It certainly is. And that has been true for several other games so far in spring. So they do need to remain focused here, even with this gigantic lead for themselves. Dragon Soul Point, giant 8,000 plus gold lead, Baron buff on them so they can keep on pushing in, get this last secondary tower. Destiny's getting chunked out, but he is TK, so should be just fine.
Yeah, he ain't worried about that one. This Tom Kench is a big tanky boy, and now Immortals have a 3-man squad up top. They're rotating Power of Evil and Revenge up here as well to break the FlyQuest defensive line. Immortals will clear out the ward. As you can see, Revenge is here on the side, has about half a Narbar, so considering he can't immediately transform to try to make some sort of a play up there, no reason to even bother. Go mid, take the free tier 3. FlyQuest now falling back. They'll arrive to the tier 3 just in time to save it, but it means that tier 2 in top lane falls to the remaining 4 Immortals players. Odo jumping in just in time to be stunned up by a wallop as Revenge retreats. Immortals now with, again, 2 points of pressure. The wave crashing into the top lane, not synced up with mid, so the mid lane tier 3 not going to die just yet. Arrow could be in trouble, takes a little bit of damage, is kept safe once more by Destiny's Tom Kench. This TK has shut down everything FlyQuest has tried to do almost throughout the entire game. Immortals going for their first inhibitor here in mid. Revenge is able to set that up. Now the pressure continues up here in the top lane. Odo has to back away from the pillar. Revenge keeps shoving the wave forward over in mid. Tier 3 turret top falls. Johnson eating a little bit of damage from the boomerang as Arrow finds the ulti only onto Kumo, so that won't matter a whole lot. Eats a bit of damage off the back end of things. Pillar thrown down behind the Nexus turrets. Takoi with the flash away from the shockwave. And Immortals have claimed 2 lanes of inhibitors and decide to reset.
Their work is so close to being done, Flowers. They can see the finish line. It is right there. They have so much money, though, that they can spend after resetting here that it should be a very focused way back out.
Everybody has over 1,000 gold in pocket to go back and spend on Immortal's side, but
don't get caught. Don't get caught.
That looks like Jose Diodo walking up towards him, though. Arrow's going to get some damage. Jose Diodo not really eating a whole lot here, not too concerned about it. Revenge takes a couple of hits. Afro Moon now might get locked down. But no, Immortals, they don't want to overcommit. They don't want to get baited into some stupid fight for no reason that there's nothing to even win here. They're going to back, they're going to reset, they're going to shop, and then they're going to be in a great spot to claim that Mountain Soul and end the game.
Exactly. 1 minute on the clock. They can just play it out very cautiously. Super Minions will apply pressure to both top and mid, buying you plenty of time to set up for this dragon. And honestly, with the way that the split has gone, I expect them to do that rather than trying to rush headlong towards the next.
Yeah, let's not do that play.
No cowboy plays here. No Leroy Jenkins. in this Summoner's Rift. Let's all play by the rules here. All right, so Immortals teleporting right back out. Honestly, too, my MVP for this game is currently going to Destiny for the Tahm Kench pick. He both saved so many people, but also created a lot of plays for them with the W engages. So Destiny definitely having a really strong game for himself.
Okay, Jose Diodo, he's going to be on the front line as FlyQuest approach Immortals. 15 seconds left on the Drake. Immortals with total control over Summoner's Rift. FlyQuest just trying to claw their way back into their own jungle. But Revenge is applying split pressure the entire time. He slams Takoya up into the wall, but I don't know about this one. It doesn't seem like it's going to do a whole lot of good. Johnson jumps in to clean him up. Revenge ends up giving away a free kill, but Afromu might be the cost of it after all. He gets back away. Immortals a bit scattered. 4 versus 5 here on the map. Kumo with a nice separation ulti. Destiny's going to get stunned up in the gravity well. He'll get away now. Immortals still grouped up as 4, still disengaging. That got a little wild there, a little loose.
Yeah, I started to sweat a little bit, actually. I've been seeing some of the comebacks that have occurred, but they're still going to be able to retreat and go grab their Mountain Soul. So no real detriment to Immortals' game plan for finishing this one out. They just have to wait for Revenge to revive, and he's got Unleashed Teleport. As long as this doesn't steal it.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're fine. We're fine. Immortals are fine.
Be cool.
They're
be cool, man. Be
Everybody
cool.
just be cool.
Everybody be cool. Revenge is alive. Mountain Soul acquired. Shield is on. They are pinging on Baron as well, so it looks like it is going to be a rotation over to set up for Baron. Okay. They've got decent turn with Tahm Kench. You know, we mentioned Destiny has been quite good with his W engages there on the Tahm Kench, so maybe they can get a turn off of Baron. There's no flash onto Revenge, or their turn off Baron would be really threatening. And it looks like FlyQuest know that there's not a lot of big slingshot potential here if they let this go. Jinx is recalling though, so I guess they're giving it up.
Yep, it appears that way. Power of Evil also stealing away the enemy blue buff, going to deny some of that mana regeneration from Takoya as well as guarantee it for himself. Baron locked and loaded here for the second time. Immortals has everything. They've got a 10,000 gold lead. They've got the entire enemy base knocked down. They've got the Soul, they've got the Baron. This should be it.
The first 2 teams eliminated from even being able to qualify for playoff flowers have both stomped their games this Saturday. TSM over COG, and now Immortals over a 10,000 gold lead, including Mountain Soul. Baron buff on. All that stands between them and victory is one Nexus turret.
Let's do it. FlyQuest positioning themselves defensively. They're ready to go, but Immortals will lead the charge. Kumo's going to be your focus, but he survives with stasis. Revenge losing half health here. Chaos Storm coming out from Takoya. They want to wait that one out. Kumo's still alive at about half HP too. Both of our top laners are hurt, but that's about it. Revenge continuing to walk away as Kumo tries to survive. Right back into the fountain he goes. Keeping himself alive for now. Revenge with a slam into the wall, and the kill of the FlyQuest mid laner means this one is done. Arrow marches forward and Johnson is down. Immortals will end the loss streak and take down FlyQuest.
There you go. Tahm Kench of the hour.
Destiny's Kench, man. He did so well with it that game.
Yeah, also big props to the rest of the team. You know, Power of Evil had really good timings on his shockwaves. Yep. Constantly catching Takoya with the shockwaves. Once with the combo with Destiny, also under the tower, even after the flash. Definitely nice job from him. Orianna, his most iconic to me champion, most played champion. Honestly, Immortals coming up